Okay guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to disassemble the bolt in the Chassepot needle rifle. First thing you're going to want to do is cock the dog back. Mine's already back, but you just pull it to the rear until it cocks, and this will release the bolt knob. Lift the bolt knob up, bring it to the rear, and then remove the bolt catch screw. Set that aside, and then it's just like a Mosin Nagant. Pull the trigger and extract the bolt from the gun. Now since I already have the bolt out, I'm going to draw your attention to the joint. As you can see, that's no longer a piece of radiator hose. That is 4 stacked faucet washers. And the reason I put these in is I just want to see how they do. This is what they look like out of the gun. You have to do quite a bit of modification to get them to fit the gun. But, you know, these are a lot stiffer than radiator hose, and the bolt slides back and forth through the receiver a lot easier with that on there. So I'm going to test it out, see how good it seals, how good it fires, how long it lasts, and we're going to see, you know, what we come up with there. So anyway, I figured while I had it out, I'd just draw it to your guys' attention, you who've been watching this series of reviews. So on with the bolt disassembly. What you're going to want to do is put rearward pressure on the nozzle here, and you're going to want to remove this screw. Set that aside, and then you just pull this out, which sometimes it's a little stuck. You just pull it. Okay, now you want to be really careful that you have that removed, because now you have an exposed needle, and if you drop this heavy bolt on top of this little needle, it is going to break it. So the next thing you're going to want to do is decock it to the fired position. This is the safety, this is the fire. That's going to remove all the tension off of the spring. And you need to take a 9mm flat wrench and remove the breech plug. Yes, that is what this is called. So we're going to take that, we're going to unscrew the plug here. You don't have to worry about this thing ejecting off, because again, at this point there's no tension on it whatsoever. And you'll feel it when it eventually comes out. Like I said, it's not gonna shoot off anywhere. So there we have the two parts. And you'll notice in here it's a lot like a Swiss rifle, the way the needle's held and the spring is situated. So the next thing you want to do is grab the spring and take some tension off it, slide the needle off. The needle comes out of its holder just like that. Set that aside. You have the main spring, breech screw, and the dog. So there you have it, totally disassembled. So after you've done whatever you need to do, cleaning, lubricating, whatever, you take the breech plug or breech screw, put that back on there, put the spring on that. I may have to go off camera for this part because that spring is a really tough spring. So I may have to set this off camera to get it down, but I'm going to try not to. Slide that back on it like that. There we go. And you have that together. So then you just take that and you carefully fish it in through the bolt and find the little hole that it goes through. You don't want to jam it because it'll hit the sides and you'll break your needle. There we go. Push that back into the fired position, and then take your wrench and start screwing the breech plug back in. And it is shaped just like a little mini breech plug. So, and you know, back in the day when everybody else was still using muzzle loaders, and this was one of the only bolt actions in the world, that is an accurate term for what it is. Alright, once you got that back on there good and tight, you can take the dog and move it back over to the firing position. Take your nozzle here, carefully fit it back over the needle, and apply rearward force as you put the retaining screw back into it. Now the bolt's back together. Beautiful. Take that, bring it back over here to your gun, pull the trigger, slide it through. Put your bolt retaining screw back in. Function check it. Good to go. So, and there you have it. A lot of more review videos to come on this rifle. Shooting videos, testing different things out. I got a bunch of those faucet washers sitting in oil, seeing what they'll do. And there's just a little bit of reloading data that I've put together. Just my own personal data, nothing I recommend, but that's what I do. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.